Karma seems to have finally caught up with Alexis.
I don't think this is the first time Karma and Alexis have met. It's for correction. And how quickly Karma came to correct the situation.
Inserting a well-placed heel someplace.
Well, you said that thing.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about OWN Network's reality-based TV series, Ready to Love, season number 9, episode number 7. The men had a meeting in the men's lounge this week because their assignment was to introduce their best connections to their best buddies.
And we're going to start off with William. And William's friends are
Troy and Rashonda, who happen to be married to one another.
Maya is one of his faves.
Mm-hmm.
And they were happy to meet her. They asked her quite a few questions about her age, whether she wanted children or not. She said she wants a big family and she's not opposed to having 2. She found out that he was in the National Reserve. She said that she didn't realize that he traveled that much and they will have to have a conversation around it.
And she also said that she had never been in a long-distance relationship before, so that would be kind of new ground for her. Next up was Justin, and he invited his boy Kendrick to meet with Rashina and Maika at his boy's house, right?
Yeah. And they were having a pleasant conversation, of course, but it appeared to me like Maika was trying to take over the conversation. Rashina
was laying back in the cut a little bit.
In the cut, just watching how stuff was
watching this performative experience right before.
Yeah, she seemed like she was overselling herself a little bit rather than letting the charm flow. And I do maybe that's how she tries to move forward with stuff.
But I think, and if I'm not, I could be mistaken about this, but I kind of felt like both thought that Justin was, if not the most attractive guy there, one of the most attractive.
Well, Rashina told him that the first thing she was attracted to him was his looks. She likes what he's putting down on the visuals.
Right.
And she didn't mind letting him know that.
Oh, yeah, she was quick to do that, didn't she?
Kendrick thought that Maika was a better match.
Dad.
And Chaz wrote through his boys, Ben and Ruben.
Yes, he did.
Who rolls up but Miss Alexis.
And Vanessa.
And Vanessa. Yeah. Vanessa and Chaz, he said they have an intellectual and emotional connection.
Absolutely. They were immediately attracted to one.
Even Alexis commented that they seem to have a good connection going on with them. And that's the peaceable spirit they both seem to have.
Absolutely. There's a big age difference between him and Alexis.
I think it's a good 17 years.
Yeah.
One of Chad's boys asked Vanessa about marriage.
Correct.
And her response was sometimes couples forget about their relationship and focus on other things. But her preference will be focusing on the relationship.
And she also said that she had been previously married.
Yes.
And when it came time for Alexis to answer the same question or the similar, gave her response to that, it was one of the things where Alexis revealed that she had not been previously married, but she wanted to be married first before she started a family.
Yes. And when they both left, for some reason, Chad's boys thought that Vanessa wasn't willing to get married as soon as possible and that Alexis was.
Even though they thought that
Vanessa was the better match for him.
Right.
And I'm thinking, what kind of raggedy
advice did was they dealing out? Right. Shall we say?
Because one thing Alexis said, she lives her life out loud and
unapologetically so.
Where's a peaceable brother going with a woman who lives her life out loud? You know how much drama coming to the house with a woman who lives her life out loud?
Unexpected drama.
I don't know if the brother wants that. I'm just saying.
Unless he's reflecting that and likes drama himself, I can't see any brother.
So I think that is more of the suitable match for him than Alexis. But hey, we don't know. It's not
according to his boys.
Well, hey. Next up, Tuesday 12.
That would be Alonzo.
Mr. Alonso, who you were clowning his forehead. You said there were a lot of lanes on that head, on that rock. I just think that's a horrible thing for you to say. Yeah, I'm gonna out you because you out me every 5 minutes.
Guess what? I wasn't wrong about those.
Google may have a problem. The MapQuest that
GPS.
Alonso's friend was India, and his dates were Patrice and Rashina.
Yes, yes.
And of course, we know that Patrice has a connection with Alonso. She said he makes her smile and makes her feel happy. And Rashina is trying to get to know Alonso. She said they had a moment at the pajama party and she wants to know what else.
What that was about.
And she doesn't know if he has a romantic edge.
Right. And that's when Patrice did something that would kind of shock the brother. She pulled something out of her bosom.
Yeah, like back in the day with Mama and them and Big Mama, they have maybe a flask with a corner in it. They have some mints, their handkerchief, and a pistol, and some money,
and some heat too,
and some money.
Oh my goodness, boy!
Remember when we went to that park, that concert, and we had the picnic, and the woman and her boyfriend came and they sat down
next to us, right?
And you weren't allowed alcohol in the park, but people found ways to, sneak it in.
Oh my goodness! She stopped pulling stuff out of her bosom and kept pulling it out.
It's a secure place to hide some stuff. A man scene that will call that talent.
Hell yeah, that's talent. Big Mama showing everybody how to do it.
Alonso said that at that time when she pulled off his love letter, he wanted to kiss her. But Alonso has to maintain some level of respectability and distance from women. He can't just reach out and touch whenever he feels like.
Yeah, because he can come off as being a little inappropriate at times.
Yeah. As Rashina is watching all that, she decides that, while Alonso does have a romantic side, he is not for her.
Right.
So when they left, India said that
So Patrice
is his girl.
You're up in the cut. You're up there in the system. So
the next up was
we revisit William, another one of William's connections, right?
And William brought through.
That would be Alexis and Patrice, right?
When Alexis got there first and when Patrice came through, it seemed like there was a little coldness between them a little bit.
Maybe a little something.
Yeah, there was some
little frosty.
There was a little frost
in the air.
I thought it was Alexis made an alliance with Will, who got checked and got dismissed last week. And Will was the one who was looking for Patrice because Patrice said he didn't have any furniture to sleep on the floor.
Oh, yes.
So they had that drama stuff unfolding. Rashonda asked whether they have encountered any drama, and Patrice said she's not a lady to go looking for that stuff. While Miss Alexis spoke up, she said, well, I am not a confrontational person, but if it comes to me, you're gonna what?
She's not gonna shy away from it.
Basically, she
can get it if you want it.
Yeah.
Anybody can get it if they want it.
If they want it. Say that again.
She can get it.
Why you say that with your whole chest?
Because she poked hers out when she said it. Huh? She swole up. She swole up when she and Koisha got into it, didn't she? She swole up. Dominique.
Next up was Dominique. Evidently,
Dom had his boy Mike roll through the set.
And I didn't even know that Dominique had eyes for Vanessa, and Vanessa seemed to be excited to go on this date.
Yeah, maybe they've been doing a lot of stuff off camera.
Yes.
In the way of conversing and texting and chatting and, kind of vibing each other,
Yes. And Vanessa she shoot a shot. She told Dominique that, if you want it, you gotta do some work. You have to step up your game. You need to open your mouth.
I'm here for you.
Say something, and I will be gracious enough to return a little something back to you.
I'm here for you.
And Mike was even smiling at that. Dominic has some work to do. When asked whether she wants more children because she has two boys, she said absolutely, because Dominic wants kids. And there may be a future with them. LaRon meets up with Maya and Maika, and he brings his friend, what's his name?
Ding.
And they sat at the table discussing the party they were at the night before. And Mike
From
came
the previous.
to introduce the cell. Maika came through.
Yeah.
And they talked the talk.
Yeah, and it seemed to me offhand that King thought that Maya was a good fit for LaRon because they're both young and they both have, kind of similar interest in getting out and playing hard because they work hard. Micah has two kids, and so she's at a different stage in life. She's a parent who obviously maybe has been there and done that and
Yeah,
not really interested in revisiting that part of her life.
because she asked LaRon if he has experience dating a woman with kids.
And he said no.
He, for some reason, believed that she is going to change her point of view about children if she meets the right person.
I.e. him.
But I don't think so. I think this girl has been through a river of ish, and she has made some firm boundaries around her to protect herself, and she's not letting them go for anyone at this point of time in her life.
Yeah, I had that same impression that she's not up for this part. She's been there, done that, and she's moved on from that.
And not only moved on, but it whatever lessons learned, she is now into protection more than anything else. So she's not gonna let a joker in just because he knocked on that door.
Right.
You got to do something.
Yeah, and one of those things is earn her trust. Fellas reconvene in the men's lounge. Ron is talking about with some excitement Maya.
Yes, but he also wants to hold on to his connection with Maika as well.
But
because she was the first one he connected to.
Right, but there wasn't the enthusiasm. I kind of got the impression that he was kind of looking at her, as more of a challenge and something to do more so than actually.
Or for one place to put it.
Yeah, because Mike is
not that
that
kind
person.
of girl.
No, I got that impression as well. Next was Justin, who's feeling the connection with Maika. Alonzo is definitely vibing Patrice.
Yeah, he's
bosom and all. Huh?
He's not moving over that. Patrice is his girl.
Yep. All right. That brings us to Dominique, who likes Vanessa.
Chaz had a stinky look on his face when he said Vanessa because Chaz is also checking for Vanessa.
No question about it. William is giving us a twofer. He likes Maya and Patrice.
And I think she's been pleasant to the men, but I haven't yet to see her move from being pleasant to Relly into any of these guys.
So you think Patrice would make a better match for William at that point rather than Maya?
I don't think Patrice is a good match for William either.
Okay.
So I could be wrong. This is all,
Then Tommy said, well, okay, now that we've got the good stuff out of the way, who are you not feeling and why?
And Justin said he's not feeling Vanessa, Dominique, Patrice, and Maika. William, Maika. Chaz said Alexis, and he brought up that Alexis brought some dirty laundry to him, and he's not about the dirty when she brought that story about what happened with her and Koshina in the woman's line, walk away from.
Yeah, and quite simply from his end, he's too old for that mess.
Yeah, the man is looking for a woman,
and he's serious about it. And
she comes with mess.
Right.
You got to be careful of any woman who coming to you with mess, and you're looking for peace in your house.
Come on with it.
Men appreciate women who are peaceful. And the word said it's better to live on the rooftop than a house with a warring woman. And that's real. That is real. Right through there.
You're preaching right about that.
So you could see that issue on TV all you like, but to live in peace, you gotta have some kind of peace about you. Not saying that it has to be all the time, but you have to be someone who has a peaceable spirit. LaRon said Alexis 5 times. Because initially when the program started, he said one snake was gone, which was Will. because he thought they did Kushia dirty. And the next head of the snake he wanted was Alexis. And he got it because guess who they chose to talk to Alexis
as part of the
as part of the
elimination.
elimination process?
LeBron.
LeBron spoke with Alexis.
Right.
And
Chaz met with Maika.
yes. And Cass told Maika she gotta change her game up, be more engaging, let down her guard. And Maika said, it's not gonna happen. The right man is gonna come along who can break through the wall she has and be trusted enough with her and her children. Ron told Alexis she was not ready to love. She saw it coming, of course, because she wasn't checking for LaRon for a date, and she went about her merry way. So maybe she and Will can hook up now and do what they do best. And maybe go furniture shopping, who knows?
Furniture shopping.
Yeah, because remember Patrice said he probably didn't have any furniture.
See, y'all talk about me starting mess.
I'm just saying, it's fun going furniture shopping. Seriously, you could try our house. You could pull some, designs together. You know, all these designer shows. I mean, he could pull some things together. Yeah?
Mm.
What? I don't understand. What, what's happening?
Oh my goodness. Furniture shopping.